Hi everybody, today is September 22nd, 2013. Kenya mall attack, 2 Canadians among the 59 dead. Evidently this is an upscale mall there in Kenya, and Al-Shabaab militants have claimed responsibility. Evidently 1,000 people did escape. There's a standoff and they have unknown number of hostages. And interestingly, Israeli advisors have been called in to help Kenya forces figure out some kind of strategy. This is occurring at the Westgate Shopping Center in Nairobi. They have a few images here of some of the people fleeing. This happened on a weekend, broad daylight, utterly amazing. An upscale Nairobi shopping mall is now entering its second day under a violent siege that killed 2 Canadians and at least 57 other people, as Israeli advisors hunkered down with Kenya forces today to formulate a strategy for fleshing out the Islamic militants holding the hostages inside. One of the Canadians was confirmed by several federal departments as dislodges a 29-year-old diplomat who worked at the Canadian embassy. Dislodges was previously posted in Delhi and was off-duty shopping at the Kenya capital's Westgate Shopping Center on Saturday when the militants attacked with assault rifles and grenades. Dislodges has worked both for Citizenship and Immigration Canada, as well as Canadian Border Services Agency in Kenya. Another article says that at least 175 people were injured. They still have at least 30 hostages inside, and think there's perhaps a dozen gunmen inside. They say they're not going to negotiate with these people. And there's several other photos on several websites of all that is going on. It's just terrible. It looks like there's been gun battles going on because there's actual images of injured military personnel. A second Canadian was killed but has not yet been identified. A freelance journalist told CBC News that they believe there's something like 10 to 15 gunmen still inside the building with hostages. It says the actual number of how many citizens are inside isn't known because there may be many hiding in different parts of the building. It's a 5-story building. Here it says the top floor of the car park. Some shooting started. A film crew was recording. Master Chef Jr. in the play area of the bouncy castle and trampolines were packed with children. One witness was walking to his car with his 2 daughters. Says they began to run and there was short bursts of automatic rifle fire, punctuated by grenade blasts. It says they were throwing grenades like maize to chickens. It said he pushed his girls underneath a car as people around him were being hit by bullets. Minutes earlier, 2 vehicles had screeched up outside of the front of the Westgate Mall, and a dozen gunmen and at least 1 woman jumped out of the car, and the 10 attackers split into 2 groups, one running up the stairs into the main pedestrian entrance, and the other team opened fire and ran around to the vehicle entrance at the side of the building, hurling grenades. Dozens of customers in the cafe, a hangout for well-off Kenya's diplomats and expats, found themselves running towards the attacker in the main hall. People were just running in all different directions. They didn't know where to go. One of the gunmen looked like to be no older than a teenager, strapped with ammunition belts, carrying an AK-47 assault rifle, and they were firing indiscriminately. During the lull of the firing, the attackers called out in Swahili, a language widely spoken in Kenya and the rest of East Africa, for Muslims to identify themselves and leave. Covering the Christian name on his ID with his thumb, he approached one of the attackers, whom he described as Somali, and showed them the plastic card, and they told me to go. Then an Indian man came forward, and they said, "What is the name of Muhammad's mother?" And when he couldn't answer, they shot him. Many of the shocked survivors, mingling with the crowd that gathered outside the Westgate Mall, said there was little surprise at the choice of the target. Since Kenya's invasion of neighboring Somalia 2 years ago, there has been a wave of small grenade attacks blamed on Somalis living in Kenya, Islamics Al-Shabaab, who have threatened to bring down the skyscrapers of the Kenya capital, Nairobi. And on Saturday night, Al-Shabaab claimed the responsibility for the attack. Kenya's Interior Cabinet Secretary said that Kenya forces have control of the security cameras inside the mall Combined military and police forces have surrounded the building and the gunmen remain inside, now going into the second day of the attack, and about 1,000 people have been rescued so far. Kenyans and foreigners were among those confirmed dead, including French, Canadians, and Chinese. And once again, Israeli special forces are at the scene and working with the Kenya counterparts in the Kenya crisis. And they don't negotiate with terrorists, so it's not going to end well. Yeah, weekend shopping with the family and stuff like this ends up happening. Alright, bookmark my site. I'll keep you up to date. Please stay safe, and I'll talk to you later. God bless you.